go play action with Ryan. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Back to throw. Gregory. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Gregory. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Matt Ryan set.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. It's caught. Jones. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, Gregory. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Holding offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
Operating from the gun, Gregory. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes his quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the intercept. This is caught inside the 15. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And it's caught. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 1-yard line.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller His second touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. As his guys have now moved out in front. And this one through the uprights and good. That's an early touchdown grab for last week's NFC Offensive Player of the Week. He was so electric, and they talked about it all week long. Have to try to contain it.
And now for him, being able to focus on the task at hand and not just immediately assume that last week it totally carries over, but you got to like the start that he has, showing those great hands that we've seen from him throughout.
Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has one touchdown, one interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. James White, the man he was looking for out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down.
First down, Falcons.
Throwing again. Ryan. He completes it right side to White. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Again, Ryan. This one hauled in by Sample. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
First down, here's White. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. James White, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone.
Younghoe.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Mike Evans of the Tampa offense about to set up shop. It's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late. 15 yards on the play, first down. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 57 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now Jones. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
And goal.
So it's 3rd and goal, and now the question, can this Falcon defense stand tall once more? They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator's a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. This is White on the screen. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A huge play there on the screen pass. 48 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A very quick pass to Ridley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Calvin Ridley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons have once again taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Evans once again the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. To throw again. Gregory. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, total.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller. He's on his way to a monster game. 3 first.
Cairo Santos lining up for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Santos able to tack on the extra point. And that... will make this a 4-point game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. He's done his part, but so far it's been in a losing effort, so they've got to fix something.
That doesn't mean changing anything, the way they're throwing the ball around and his catches and production. Keep doing that. They're going to have to fix some things like...
Touchdown, Falcons! Complete. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Now a play fake here on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Gregory. They'll find Miller. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Gregory. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Scotty Miller, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Final play of the half. It's Ryan. That's complete to the tight end Sample. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gregory. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Gregory. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Scotty Miller with touchdown number 20 on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So we get set to start this third quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half, Other teams just go, okay.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. 20, touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have cut it to within a score.
Conversion.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start.
39.
They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Gregory. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scotty Miller, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And he's able to put it through. And that, boys and girls, is an NFL record 6th touchdown reception. The record has stood since 1950. What a game.
How about that? Because so many things have to go right in order for it to happen. Not just him catching the passes. Someone delivering it accurately. Offensive line giving them time to throw the ball. A true team record. But he stands above it because he was on the receiving end of so many great plays.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Off play action, he'll throw to start the drive. That is incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how
Ryan hit, and he lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
The quarterback taken down and sacked. Fumbled on the play.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
Watch twins. Watch twins.
Following the fumble recovery, Gregory into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
Younghoe Koo lining up.
So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo, you said. Momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early. to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by DeMonte Kazin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yes, folks, that is his third interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And here's Hofrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
And here now come the Falcons. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Incomplete.
I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Back to throw. Gregory. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big play as they get 28 out of that one. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, touchdown number 15 of the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
1st and 10. At their own 9.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think is what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here, 3rd quarter. We'll see what else he has in store for us. On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Third and long. It's Ryan. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
For number 28, incomplete.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. That's taken it around the 40. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell.
This is caught at the 20. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now in Tampa. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
At their own 2-yard line.
Here's Zach Moss, who played high school football downstate near Miami. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
At the 3-yard line.
They'll go again here with Moss. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
3rd down.
Now White. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. And a catch right side by Evans. A very solid gain of 27. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Gregory. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Chris Godwin, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Now Ryan. Out to the left. He's got Sample there. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 34-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan, a slant to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Atlanta.
Now Ryan. Open man is Kirk, complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Ryan. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they can't bring him down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it's going to be 2nd down.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit him over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He hits White, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. James White with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons cut into that lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all, and if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done.
This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 43 yards. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Gregory. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. Santos with the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. A very quick pass to Ridley. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 72 yards. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Well, yes, that's his third touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
21-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, Gregory. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
On 3rd down, Gregory. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big, and he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now we'll again see Calvin Ridley in the Falcon offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Operating from the gun, Ryan, and able to find Kirk complete. 20, 10, 5, and oh so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. From the gun, Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown.
Touchdown, Atlanta.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Falcons cut into that lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play, 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
And I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
So out come the Bucs now. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. on 1st and 10. Gregory airing this one out for Evans. It got his man complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 75 yards as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good. And I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not at all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ryan, now a desperate. He's got a man, complete. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
I don't know no better, I'm on this every day. You cannot run with me, boy, I'm a heavyweight. Baby, I know what's coming, I could barely wait. And when it was on, they wanted me gone, boy, I'm here to stay. Stop calling me little bro, I got mileage on me. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him. Yeah, more action and no talk, I went quiet on him. Walked in with the whole team and we riding on him.
I don't be with me so basic. Boy, you the op and your bros hating. All of them fake, I see